Hello and welcome back to my channel, Kissed by Starlight. Thank you so much for being here. So the video started a bit earlier than I was expecting, and so the card had already fallen out of the pack. We've got end to the conversation, and wow, there's a lot going on in this tree. There's a lot of birds, there's a lot of communication wanting to come through already. So we're going to ask our angels, guides and helpers what are the messages for this weekend. We're in the energy already of the full moon, which is due on Monday. But whenever you find this reading, it is a timeless reading. So let's see what these are as well. We've got court the feminine and protect the fledgling. So, wow, there's a lot going on here. So already the messages coming through are all around being your most truest self, your most authentic version, looking at what is true for you at the moment and really being that kind of all-seeing, all-knowing eye, looking at every single aspect of your life, both on the outside and anything that might be being hidden on the inside. And when I say hidden, you know, a lot of times we don't even do that consciously. We can hide our true feelings about something, about someone, about a situation. We can try to wear a mask if we're feeling that, you know, it wouldn't be polite to, for example, say something, say how you really feel, or, you know, you have to be good. And when I say good, I'm saying in inverted commas, that whole feeling of the things that we've learnt to do, learnt to hide, learnt to mask, our true feelings, our true desires, our true needs. And I'm sort of getting the feeling that you've kind of had enough of this mask now in some way, shape or form, and that you're looking at or beginning to become aware of all of the things that you have kept hidden within you. These could be woundings, these could be traumas, these could be pain, this could be ideas, and they're all wanting to come into light now. They're wanting to enter a conversation with you, and that conversation is for you, is not to make you feel ashamed or make you judge them or make you feel bad about them, but actually it's the opposite. It's for you to look at them and say, okay, so, you know, if I was just open to receiving everything I needed to know about this situation, about this person, about myself, about life at the moment, what could I look at? What would I be open to look at? And just allowing those things to be shown to you gently, and then allowing yourself to look at them honestly and decide which ones are serving you and which ones are not serving you. And it's not even as simple as what's serving you and what's not serving you. Often it's about healing some of those wounds, those voices, those things that you've learned to hide, those probably, you know, it could be inner child stuff, you know, things that you haven't felt safe to express, and maybe you haven't wanted to look at for whatever reason. Maybe that's been really hard for you, or maybe you've been in a situation where you've not been able to express that or show that, or admit it to yourself, show it to yourself. And this is beautiful. This is the second time that the bee has come out today. One of my readings on Instagram, we had bee very much showing up. And bee is all about harmony, abundance. You know, they collect the nectar, they work as a team with all of the other bees. They all have their roles within that. They all work together for the good of the hive, you know, for the good of all. And it's a very beautiful, harmonious working relationship. And they, you know, they're all around the queen. And that's not to say anything about masculine and feminine. We're not talking about gender. In this, I'm talking about feminine as in that part. We all have masculine and feminine energy, whichever gender we identify with. That feminine energy is all about receiving, it's all about nurturing, it's all about allowing and being open to your intuition, your highest wisdom, your highest knowing, which here you're being shown perhaps all the things that you haven't yet brought to the table, that you haven't yet created. For example, perhaps in work you've had a lot of ideas and for whatever reason you haven't yet been able to bring those into the light. Well, now is the time. Now is that time where you're going to be able to bring them into the light, and this is a time of absolute transformation. You know, we've all heard about the life cycle of the butterfly and the caterpillar. You know, the butterfly is the caterpillar is transformed into a butterfly, but first of all it has to go through that very messy procedure of becoming absolute mulch. You know, it's literally turns into like liquid goo, into almost, you know, an absolute shadow of itself, and from that it transforms into the butterfly through those various stages of its life cycle. And this is a very beautiful analogy, because here, so you are entering a time in your life, a time in your whatever this situation is for you, whether it's work, relationship, home, self, you're entering a time where you're going to be able to show yourself and show up as your true self, as your whole self. And that's first going to mean actually allowing and uncovering and being honest about whatever is lurking beneath there that is nothing to be ashamed of. It's just stuff. It could be fear, it could be abandonment, it could be so many different things, shame, guilt. But all of these things are now being brought to the light, and you're being asked to look at them. And as you look at them, as you bring them up to the surface, then you're going to be able to transform them, to transmute them, to alchemize them into the prosperity that is wanting to come to you. And we have got an echo of the full moon, which is lovely, because that full moon is about to be with us. And again, whichever time you're reading this, it is a timeless reading for you. So again, only take it if it resonates for you. But there's a lot of messages, and look at this, absolutely beautiful. We've got the entrance stone, and this is just the beginning. So whatever's going on right now may seem like really difficult, it may be really hard, it may feel like you're having to cut back, you know, you're having to trim down lots of areas of life, trim down lots of things that are not serving you, perhaps cutting out things that are not working for you. This could be behaviors, habits, lifestyle, activities, or even foods, or, you know, it could be anything for you. But whatever it is, it's all for good reason. It's all to help you grow. And just like the tree, when we prune the tree, you know, when we prune these older trees, it can seem harsh at first, but actually it's to help the tree grow. It's to help those new branches go. It's to help them be in balance as well, because sometimes they can get out of balance when the branches get too long. And you know, we can argue that, because obviously that's not always the case, but in this case we're being shown this for a reason, and we're being shown this because some part of the doing, some part of the action is needing to be quietened for a little while you're in that kind of open, receiving, feminine energy. Some part of the, you know, whatever it is you've had to cut back on, whatever's been removed from your life or is being removed from your life, is happening in order for you to be more open to receiving the prosperity that you are ready to receive. This is all about your soul alignment. This is all about your higher purpose, your calling. It's very much about your calling. You're being called. You're being called to align now with the highest truth of you, which is whatever it is that your soul came deciding it was going to do in this life, and be in this life, and experience in this life. And you're ready for this now. And the reason I know you're ready, because this woman is standing here holding the key. And whether, again, whichever gender you identify with, this is just symbolic of you holding a key to whatever is coming, whatever it is that you've decided you were going to do, and you are now aligning more with that vision. You're coming into your own. You're standing at the entrance of this gateway. So whatever is happening now is really, really important. And whatever choices you make and whatever decisions you make, at this time are incredibly important for you. They are going to affect how you move forwards, and obviously they can either make it easier for you or they can make it more difficult for you, depending on what you choose. So again, this time is all about choosing the absolute highest decision that is most in alignment with the truth of you, with what you really, really believe, want, need, whatever is your calling. And again, it's going to, some aspects of it are going to feel like nurturing a part of you back to life. They might feel like, a part of you has felt broken or damaged, or I was going to say used, but, again, these words just come. So just whatever resonates for you, whatever's been going on, wherever you have been overgiving, or you've been overreaching, overdoing, and perhaps not being with yourself, being with your energy, really listening to what your body needs, what your mind needs, what your soul needs, what your heart wants. Now you're being asked to really come into that. And you do know the answers. Whatever stories you've been weaving, whatever stories have been true for you in the past, do not have to be true for you now. This is all about change. This is all about aligning with that highest version of you and walking into this new beginning, stepping forward as an expanded and grown part of you that is aligning with all that wants to come to you now. You've got the key, you're standing poised and ready. So trust that, even if it doesn't feel like that right now, try to trust that as you walk forwards, because it will help you in your decision making. We've got the number 8, we've got the number 5. These are messages of abundance and messages of changes that are ready to come in. And interestingly, this was at the top of the deck, and it's so relevant. I'm connected to the power of the divine feminine. Harmony and magic fill my life. And we've got a message from Archangel Haniel. As the grace of God, I can help you to connect to your ability to manifest magic through the divine feminine. So really, really beautiful message as you're being asked to connect with your angels. Most importantly at this time, with yourself, with your guides. Focus on your own dreams, express gratitude. You will easily see all of the signs we send to let you know we're here helping you. I trust that others' journeys are perfect for them as mine is for me. I find happiness on my own path. And again, you can use these as affirmations or mantras if you would like to. If they resonate for you, you can pause the video and you can write them down and use them in your life if it feels relevant. This is all about you finding your own path. This is all about you weaving a new story, creating a new abundant timeline that is ready and waiting for you. And all it's going to take is you making the choices that are most true for you, that are most aligned with your being, with your wishes, with your wants. For some of you, this may be study and learning. This may be a new course, this may be a new venture, it may be a new job, it may be something new to do with your work. Whatever it is, you hold the key. You hold the key to all of that wisdom, all of that knowledge and all of that power. All it's going to take for you is to listen to yourself, to those deepest parts of you that need to be heard, that want to be heard, that are ready to be heard. What do you really, really want? And try to separate what is wounding and fear and whatever has been from the past. Try to bring healing and love to those parts of you now, with the shadow work, with the inner child work, whatever that's going to take for you, and allow the most vibrant, aligned, positive and prosperous version of you that knows everything, that sees everything, that is in control of yourself only. Just like others have their path, you have yours, and this is the time for you to step into yours now and walk forwards as the greatest version of you that has ever existed. So I hope that message is helpful and healing for you. I do apologise if I sound a bit coldy. I do have a little bit of a cold at the moment, so I do hope you could hear me clearly. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated for you, please do consider liking, sharing and subscribing. And I look forward and hope to see you in the next video.